In today's session, we are going to discuss about pharmacovigilance because this is about the domain training series which I am doing on pharmacovigilance. This domain based maybe for when we are transforming ourselves into the role of a business analyst uh, in the pharmacovigilance side because it's not into the healthcare because healthcare majorly focusing on claim processing adjudication, right? So knowing about HIPAA rules, all that. But it's subsection of it. But pharmacovigilance majorly focuses on drug safety, right? So ensuring the drug safety standards, right? So this is what generally pharmacovigilance is all about. So understanding this domain and learning this domain training is one of the key importance nowadays in the field of healthcare for the people who wants to make their career out of this pharmacovigilance and all. Useful for any profile, whoever are moving towards pharmacovigilance side. Or else, as a business analyst, when we are transforming ourselves and we want to have some knowledge of pharmacovigilance, we can relate even for that. So end of the day, this is a domain learning about the pharmacovigilance. So this is what generally this session is all about. Now, first of all, let us understand what exactly pharmacovigilance is all about. Pharmacovigilance majorly focuses more on uh, detecting and assessing, understanding the adverse effect of any kind of drug-related problems when we are when we are manufacturing something or when we want to use of any medicinal products and all. So, what could be the possible adverse impacts, like detection about that, assessing, understanding, and preventing the effects and all. So relating to the drug related problems. This is what generally pharmacovigilance is all about. It's more uh, towards some research oriented, pharma research oriented, majorly when we are manufacturing any kind of drugs. So it is relating to that category. This majorly ensures of collecting various kind of reports from different sources, at the same time analyzing the data for any kind of safety signals and what are the actions that are to be taken to mitigate risk. Everything will be part of for pharmacovigilance. At the same time, it also increases the insurance of safety and as well as efficiency of the medicine. Because when we are developing any kind of medicine that we uh, developing, right? So when we are developing any kind of medicine life cycle, so we must ensure safety and as well as efficacy of the medicine. For that only, the guidelines will be provided based upon the research diagnosis they made, assessing, understanding, and all. So it will provide us. So this is what generally pharmacovigilance is majorly all about. Now, when you try to understand about the key aspects of pharmacovigilance, first we need to let me write here. Key aspects of pharmacovigilance as follows. The first one about detection and reporting. This is the first one. Second one about assessment and understanding. Third one about risk management. Fourth one about prevention. Fifth one about regulation. Okay, these are the key major aspects when we trying to understand about pharmacovigilance. Because the first one about detection and reporting, because it majorly pharmacovigilance is majorly relies on the reports of side effects about the adverse drug reactions from any kind of providers, like whoever has provided the medication and all. So they will get the reports based on the analysis provider has made, right? So detection and reporting is one of the key aspects under pharmacovigilance. Second, based on that, so they collect data, whatever is being provided by the medical providers and the medical professionals, which will be analyzed to detect what are the new or any kind of changes, safety issues, or to understand about nature of drug related problems. Everything will be part of this one. Next, pharmacovigilance will also aim to proactively manage any kind of potential risk which is associated with medicine also as well. Next, it also involves majorly regulatory actions that are to be taken, which majorly ensures any kind of public health protection. Subsequently, maintain safety of the medicine on the market. Everything will be part of pharmacovigilance. So, major ultimate goal is to prevent the adverse effect and at the same time ensuring the safe usage of medicine is what majorly this concept majorly is all about. Now, when you try to understand about the objectives of pharmacovigilance, as is stated just now, the detailed part, just as this is an high level understanding I have given you. Major objectives under pharmacovigilance is to monitor the drug safety and post approvals. At the same time, detect adverse drug reactions or maintaining benefits of risk balance, ensuring patient safety globally. These are all the objectives that will be part of pharmacovigilance when we are trying to understand, when we are learning about that, right? How this can be done, right? So, what processes, ADR processes are there? ADR means adverse drug reaction processes, right? So, what are the processes, standards? That kind of understanding is what something that we will be discussing when we are learning this. Now, let us understand about ADR. Just now I told you, which is about adverse drug reaction, means any kind of reaction may happen because of the medicinal project, right? Resulting, it can be of any symptoms and all, or any kind of allergic reactions or something like. This is what generally ADR stands for. Adverse drug reaction is all about. Now, when we try to understand about the process flow, this is a high-level process flow which I have given here. This high-level process flow majorly defines a few aspects one to be understood with. One is about adverse event identification. That is the first one generally we do. So followed by this, we need to collect the reporting because sometime back, if you remember, I already explained about what are the key aspects of COVID. This is all something will be part of it, right? Collecting and reporting based upon the information given by the medical healthcare providers and all that. Next, we need to provide data analysis. So this is what generally about signal detection we call. Signal detection will be done next. After that, risk management and communication, wherein to prevent the amount of risk which is involved in it, to proactively to manage any kind of potential risk which are associated with that. So at the same time, what kind of regulatory actions that are to be taken to protect the health protection, right, safety of the medicine usage. Everything guidelines will be provided accordingly. This is what generally the process flow for pharmacovigilance is majorly of. Now, generally, when it comes to the core activities of this one, these are the core activities. One, individual case safety reports. This is one of the core and important under PV, pharmacovigilance I am referring to. Next, signal detection and management, just now as I have told you. At the same time, whatever the PSURs we have, right? So periodic safety update reports, risk management plan. Because end of the day, when we are learning this domain, how to identify, how you have identified the requirement, how do you identify the needs and all, and how you have understood the data and how you created the risk management plan. This is what something that we have to do. Majorly, if you are, for example, you are a business analyst working in this area, so one of the key aspect is this, right? So gathering all the information from people, collecting, reporting, and all. Next, ensuring with the data analysis team to analyze the data, signal detection, etc. So followed by this, we have to create some risk management and communication plan, which is called RMPs. That generally we usually prepare. Next, about the regulatory framework. And these are the regulatory framework because these are all the national, international guidelines, at the same time global regulatory guidelines we have. This is what the general regulatory guidelines were all about. And these are the tools majorly one has to be known with because these are all the tools and as well as databases. There can be many, but I'm just giving some. One is about Oracle Drugs, ARSIG. That is one of the tool we predominantly use. At the same time for MedDRA, which is a coding standard we use. At the same time, which based on as well as E2B electronic reporting standards. These are the different tools and databases we are using in the pharmacovigilance. Now, what challenges that could be faced? Because as process of understanding and implementing this in the field of maintaining some safety standards and all, generally what could be the problems? Like underreporting of ADR could be one of the problem which has to be addressed. At the same time, managing big data and as well as AI-driven safety monitoring is one of the challenge nowadays. Because as in when we know, most of the processes, regular processes are transforming to AI, right? So involving and adopting AI into the AI-driven safety monitoring in pharmacovigilance is happening nowadays because whatever the data that we maintain will be in the large number. So these are the challenges that we can see. Next, about regulatory requirements across countries, from country to country, regulatory requirements may have some differences. So that's the reason why whichever the country are we working, are we studying about that. So we should know about the regulatory requirements from the respective country itself. That's where end of the day we need to understand what regulatory requirements that respective country is having. So based on that, what kind of standards that are to be implemented, everything can be learned in this. This is what generally the challenges of pharmacovigilance is all about. So this is an overall understanding about this. When being an individual, when we are learning, whenever we are learning as an individual, either in terms of the role of a business analyst when we are transforming, or else if you want to adopt some knowledge over the domain skills about the pharmacovigilance, irrespective of the profile that we are moving on, understanding this in detail about how this can be done, right? So how to maintain this benefit risk balances, right? So how to manage, how to do the risk reporting and all. At the same time, how to manage this ADR processes, etc. All these things because there are some documentations which we have to prepare. So wherein some practical understanding is needed. That is what something that we are going to discuss in the coming days. This is what the overall picture about this.